Hi, Alessandro. How nice to see you.
Hi,
How are
Penny.
you?
Great, thank you.
Now we're here to just have a little short chat about Qigong, and because you are the Qigong master. So, first question is like, what is Qigong? When did it originate, and where from? And what was happening in your life that attracted you to do it at the time?
Okay, so firstly, I would not call myself a master. I think master is a big word, and I've been studying it for 35 years, and it's like feels like a never-ending practice of life and energy and understanding myself and human nature. But I came to it by chance about, as I said, many years ago. I found myself in a church hall in North London with a Chinese teacher, QiGung, who I've been following for all these years. And I sensed this energy between my hands. It was something, a moment like aha moment, something magical. And I think at that time, I was searching for something in my life. I didn't know what, but I was very aware that I had material things. For example, I had a company car, I had a job, I had a home, and but I used to sit in the office in front of the map of the world and thinking, is this what life is about? And then this popped in. I sensed this energy, and it started me on this journey of just discovery. I wanted to look into it and think, let me go into this energy. And I realized that people were getting healthier who were coming. So there was a healing aspect to it. Thank God I wasn't ill when I came to it, but I was curious. And it's taken me on this, long journey, which, as I say, I think is a just deepening of an understanding of life and death and many, deeper issues in the world.
Yes, fascinating.
Mm.
Fascinating. 35 years is quite time, isn't it?
It's over half my lifetime. I realized the other day, and that was it's kind of comforting as well, because I thought, wow, that's and let's have another, another 35, hopefully.
Yeah. Good luck with that. Okay, next question is, so what are some of the results that people can expect from a Qigong practice, and what are your favorites?
Yeah, I think basically it's a rebalancing of the system. So, sometimes some people, they might have low energy, and, be hard on themselves. Life seems a bit stuck. So it can actually help to move the energy. It's all about flow. If the energy is flowing more, then we tend to be more energized, feel more positive, and feel more supported by this energy that's always there around us. But sometimes we're a bit cut off. So in Qigong, we're reconnecting to this energy. If somebody, is a bit lethargic, it might give them energy. If somebody's hyperactive, it can help to calm their mind, settle their emotions. So whatever's out of balance, it can bring back in. That's what I find fascinating, that we don't need to focus on the problem, but by connecting with the energy, it settles whatever is out of balance, if you like.
Yeah. Yes. So that's quite like EFT in that respect.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's part of the reason I love EFT, and we've done some work together, and I love EFT work, and I definitely notice with the tapping that these points are so sensitive, especially maybe because of Qigong as well. But many people might just tap and not sense much, but it feels like I've got hundreds of needles going into these points when I do it.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, definitely. Yeah, especially, under the nose here. It just feels like really going deep into the system. And I think that's why I can sense that EFT, and it has helped me a lot. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So yes, it's a sensitive thing, isn't it, with energy work of any sort. But
Mm.
even if people don't feel that sensitive towards it, it's still doing what it needs to do, isn't it?
Exactly. I've had many people who have said to me, even over the years, I never felt the energy when I came to the class. I was pretending, but I slept really well, and I felt very calm, throughout the week, and that's good enough, as long as they're getting
Yeah.
results, benefits. And one thing we can't deny is we are made up of energy. there is an energy that gives us life, takes life away when our time is when the time is right, and we call it the Qi. In the West, we might call it a life force, life energy, but in the Chinese system, they really talk about Qi in everything. It's got about 50 different translations, and everything is Qi. You know, if somebody has bad vibes, somebody we know, their energies, you know, we can sense it, can't we, as humans? You know,
Exactly. Yes, exactly.
Qi has the energy that comes from the earth that gives it this nourishment. And same as humans, if we can connect to it, we are nourished and kept vibrant and alive. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, I find, because I'm in your QiGung weekly class, and I find it incredibly energizing. Just to do it once. I must admit, I'm not terribly good at doing it on a daily basis. I'm dreadful, actually. Still, just doing it the once still gives me so much more energy, especially in the middle of lockdown. Well, coming to the end, but that just sort of let it be over sense that people have got.
Yeah.
So I'm a little bit more connected to life in that way.
Yeah.
And I put that down to that because that's the only thing differently that I've been doing lately.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah. So third question. Daily tips. So I've got this idea from your interview with me, which I think was really good. So what can people do on a daily basis? Because you're talking about clearing the energy and getting rid of dirty energy. And I noticed you saying in one of the classes, behind your hair, like women in particular, stuff like that. So a few tips that people can get going with.
I think because so many of us work online on computers, I'll just show some things that actually can keep us quite alert and focused while we work, or when we have a break, and it's good to have breaks, maybe once an hour or something, or even more frequently. Just stand up, shake out the arms, shake out the energy. Sometimes the energy actually gets trapped in the body. So if you feel anywhere is a bit heavy, you just shake it out from the body. Obviously we're sitting now, but we can, people can actually do that sitting, particularly from the shoulders and the arms, like dropping all the heaviness off, and especially the hands, shaking the hands, moving the fingers, and keeping the fingers soft and flexible is a very good thing. And then you mentioned very rightly the back of the neck. This area, the Chinese often talk about office neck, which is kind of when the neck gets a bit collapsed like this, when we work for
yes, it's like sitting.
And a lot of young people have the new term, which is text neck. So whatever we call it, neck issues. And I think it's really important to keep the neck open. I mean, after all, the energy comes up the spine, through the neck, into the head. The spine ends up in the brain at the back of the head. It doesn't end at the shoulders. So we need the energy to keep coming up. When the energy is flowing up, the head is clearer. We feel more inspired, more alert, more productive. So a good thing for the neck is if we put the fingers together like this, just tapping the back of the neck. And it's quite sensitive. When you put the fingers together, it feels quite like it's going quite deep into the neck. So not too hard, but it's activating the area here. And also on the shoulders, we can do it.
That's nice.
One shoulder. And we can do a bit harder on the shoulders. So the shoulders tend to kind of hold quite a lot of tension, and tapping down. And then a very effective one is to rest the back of the neck and smooth it out. So the back of the hand, we can just put on the neck, the back of the hand, the right hand, and then turn the hand, catch the neck with the palm, sense the neck quite smooth. This area, like you said, where the hair is resting, often is a bit congested, a bit squashed, a bit dusty, let's call it. The left hand, close the fingers on top of the right. And if we can, line up the knuckles with the neck vertebrae. So just line up the knuckles on both hands. If you lean back a bit, you can feel the neck vertebrae. And this is good for supporting the neck, smoothing the neck, opening up this whole area. and then pushing up from the neck, like smoothing the hair off the neck. When the hair is pushed off, it's like you're clearing a lot of the heaviness off the head.
Like a nice cool breeze.
Yeah, it's like airing out the back of the neck, and just feel neck quite smooth. We can do it a second time. Close the fingers. Right hand slip on top. Left hand on top of the right. Just line them up as best we can. Some people can't actually reach this far back, but it's good. Gradually you feel more flexible and that you can really support the neck. And then
it's interesting, isn't it? Because these are many things that we naturally do.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, a lot of,
but understanding that there is a value in it will sort of help us do a bit more, won't it? I mean, I'm forever doing this.
Yeah. Well, and look, women more than men often with and Qigong comes from actually observing, you know, humans, nature, the cosmos. What do people do naturally? Just for example, when children sleep, often they put the thumb inside their, you know, ring finger, and they sleep like this. It's kind of a protective. And as adults, we can also do that. If we have trouble sleeping and feel a bit anxious, you know, just catch the finger and just notice the difference. And with this, we observe from children. And same with, you know, the breathing. In Qigong, we often breathe to the lower abdomen, which is where children breathe. But as adults, we tend to breathe up here. So it's getting back to the childlike state, you know. So, and let's finish off with the face and the head. So rubbing the hands together, then cleaning off from the face is a very good exercise to clear any tension. Sometimes we're not even aware of it. But when you do this, it's almost like taking dust off the face, or a layer of dust, or sometimes people even say a mask. One of my friends.
We're rubbing all those EFT points as well, aren't we?
Yeah, exactly. And if you're aware of them, you can just rub those more. One of my friends workshops, and she says to women, they're for women, she says, leave your mask, you know, in the bucket at the door. She has a bucket at the door. She says, just leave your mask or masks in there. And this is it. We're just cleaning off. And then the division between the hair and the face actually is very helpful for keeping the mind clear and clearing headaches. So often the energy is stuck between the hair and the face. So this division is the yin and the yang division, and everything is about the balance of these two, as we said. So cleaning that division and then moving the energy front to the back. And if we look up, breathe into the eyes, into the brain deeply. So
would this be good? So you've got the hairline and the face, so clearing that. Would that be good for people who overthink?
Definitely.
Analyze stuff.
Yeah, because when we just there's too much in the mind. Actually, the mind is much more creative and fertile, you know, if it's empty. You know, we tend to think I need to keep all this in the mind. Actually, there's a big kind of library in the cosmos. We can keep the information there. I remember one master saying, well, now they call it the cloud. This is before the cloud. QiGung master saying, keep all the information up there and then call it in when you need it. And actually, it's interesting, when the mind is emptier, then we are more inspired, or we have more mental.
Life is simpler across the board when we're not over analyzing and looking for something to bother us.
Exactly.
Well, I really enjoyed that. Thank you very much, Alessandro.
Good.
And I'll speak to you very soon.
Yes. And if anyone wants, well, any more information, we'll put the links below.
We'll put all the links below. So there's your YouTube channel, your website, details of how to have a one-to-one with you, should they want one.
Yeah,
exactly. You know, all those things we will put in the stuff below the video. Yeah. On both our YouTubes.
Yes. And lovely to see you, Penny, and keep up the great work. And thank you for having me on your show. And we'll talk soon. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.